Okay, today I'm going to make a bone broth, and I'm going to use the chicken bones that I've got left over. So I've had some that I've frozen, and I've obviously got some that are a little bit fresh. Doesn't really matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of apple cider vinegar on here. And what this does is it just helps to draw more of the nutrients out of the bones when I cook them. So I'm going to put these in the oven to start off with and roast them, because again that helps to take more of the nutrients out. So I've got the oven set to roughly about 180 degrees. It's been warming up. I put them in there for around about 15-20 minutes till the bones are nice and roasted. Maybe it'll take a little bit longer, but I'll just keep checking on them, and when they're ready I'll let you know. Okay, so while the bones are roasting in the oven, I'm going to start to prepare the rest of my bone broth, and I'm going to cut up some vegetables. Today I've got some celery, I've got some onion, leftover leek, some carrot, I've got a little bit of fresh turmeric, I've got some pieces of ginger, some leftover herbs. This is some thyme, and then a little bit of cayenne pepper will go in there as well. You can virtually use any vegetables that you've got. I really like to use the celery tops. I've used these ones already. Or beetroot tops are really good. Any sort of leafy greens can go in there. Obviously onions and garlic, chili if you want chili, any of that stuff can go in. Whatever vegetables you've got available, whatever vegetables you like, we're just going to cut them up and add them to our bone broth. As you can see, I've just cut up everything nice and rough. Didn't even worry about taking the skin off the onion. You can just keep that on there. And then this will just all go into a lovely slow cooker. Alright, I prefer to use nice clean filtered water for the bone broth. So I've got myself a Zazen water filter, which puts good nutrients back into the water and obviously filters out all of the crap from the tap. So I'll use this for my bone broth. Okay, so at the moment I've just got my vegetables in there. I'm just going to put that on, so stick it on high, we'll get it hot, and then the bones are still roasting in the oven. Once the bones are ready, then I'll add them into the slow cooker. Perfect. Alright, these have been in there for about half an hour roasting. Now we're going to add them to our bone broth. Alright, so I'm just going to use the tongs and sink these bad boys in here. So the spines and the necks. We got chicken rib cage there, a bit more. Perfect. Alright, I'm not going to throw out the juices, that's the best bit. So let's add them beautiful into the mix. And then I'm also going to grab a spoon. I'm going to grab out some of my cayenne pepper. Whoa. Just add that to the mix. Then I'm just going to top it up with a little bit more water. Perfect. Put the lid on. I'm going to leave that on high for the rest of the day, so it's now around about 11:30, and then tonight I'll switch it probably down to low. But I'm going to leave this in the slow cooker for roughly 24 hours before I take that out, strain it, and put it into jars. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Okay, so the chicken broth's been cooking for 24 hours, and now I'm going to, I've turned it off and I've let it cool down, and now I'm just going to drain it. So I've just got a nice little sieve in the sink, sitting on top of a pot that's going to capture it all. Get this bad boy out of there. Look at that goodness. Oh yeah. Wash. Just tipping all most of that there. Getting all the good stuff out. Beautiful. Alright, what's left over, that's going to go into the compost. So I'll link onto that and we'll put that in the compost. So now we're going to put this in some jars. Okay, so just a random collection of jars that I've kept from coconut oil and ghee and sauerkraut, stuff like that. So I'm just going to tip the chicken broth in here. I'm not going to fill them all the way to the top, so I'm going to leave a little bit of room. Perfect. Excellent. Right, so one of these will go in the fridge and I can use it for roughly about a week. And the other ones that I haven't quite filled as far, I'm going to freeze those. So I can freeze them and keep them in the freezer as long as I like. And then when I take them out and defrost them, they'll have roughly about a week in them. So I'll use these, sometimes I'll just heat it up and drink it. Other times, you know, I'll use it in stews and curries and just different recipes. But it's really nutrient dense, pretty simple to make. Obviously it took a little while to cook, 24 hours, but the effort I had to put in was only, you know, getting the bones, roasting the bones, cutting up the vegetables, quite simple, and then obviously draining it and cleaning up at the end.